That's no. I mean, look. It's changing Washington is going to be hard, and so of course you're going to get the folks from both parties that are going to go and start taking shots at you. But good for President Trump to go and bring truth to power and not being afraid of what these guys are going to go and fire back at him.
Let me say this: the last thing George W. Bush would want to do is take shots at any president. That is just not something that he has done in the past. He has been very good at adhering to that unspoken pact of not criticizing your successors. He has been good at that. What he is doing now is expressing the frustration and saying, you know what, enough is enough, and I've got to use this platform. I can no longer afford the luxury of remaining silent because American values are under attack. What this White House and this president are doing are affecting the national tone, and there has got to be somebody using the bully pulpit to say differently. Let me tell you, I think let me say this. It is not a coincidence that John McCain this week came out and did exactly the same thing, that Bob Corker is doing it, that Jeff Flake is doing it, that George W. Bush is doing it. Republicans are coming back and reminding Republicans what Republican values are, what American values are.
You keep going back to the election. People don't vote retroactively. This is what has happened after the election.
And
one person, Jason, one person can't always be against every single
politicians and people in Washington want him to.
I get that. Jason, can I just say something?
I get that addressing the moral question of Donald Trump's behavior is difficult.
If it was just,
I get how hard it is for you. I can feel the burden you're carrying.
If it was just Democrats,
I get that you guys don't like President Trump. I totally get that.
Could you please call?
No,
Jason,
I don't like his behavior.
Oh God. Jason, if it was just Democrats, I could understand how you could say it was a partisan attack. It's not just Democrats. It's Republicans. It's people within his own staff who are attacking him. It's people in his own cabinet who are attacking him. At what point do you finally acknowledge that the man is not a popular president? He's not well-liked except among his base, and he has to be the president of the entire country, not just 32%.
Everybody, I want you to hear this point. This is important. Two two-term presidents, both on different sides of the political aisle, one Republican, one Democrat, saying the exact same thing about the sitting president. That is not partisan, Jason.
Don, all I got to say is good for President Trump for not backing down. He's going to continue to fight for people and do what he thinks is right. And
hold on. Backing down to what? Backing down for someone saying that bigotry is wrong? What do you want to say? It's right? Backing down to saying that we're so partisan that we shouldn't be. We should talk to each other. Not talking to each other is right. Backing down from what? What are you talking about backing down from?
Backing down from his change agenda, that he wants to go and get rid of these terrible trade deals, that he wants to go and
They didn't talk about trade deals, Jason. No one's talking about trade deals here. No one mentioned a trade deal. They talked about bigotry, about hyper-partisanship, about bringing the country together, that this president is not doing. No one said anything about trade deals. No one said anything about the budget. No one said anything about that. So what is the opposite of what they mentioned that Donald Trump is doing?
And Don, his policies are popular. I mean, these are
They didn't mention his policies. They weren't talking about his policies. They weren't criticizing his policies.
Jason,
hang on, I got this. Go ahead.
They want to go out and make personal attacks. Fine. That's their prerogative. It's a free country.
So you're admitting it was about the president, and even though Sarah Huckabee Sanders is saying it wasn't.
Oh, I'm saying, look, it probably was an attack on President Trump. I mean, that's what that's what seems like President Obama, President Bush.
No, Jason, it wasn't an attack on President Trump. It was a call for the leader of the free world, ostensibly leader of the free world, to try to conform his behavior to some of the traditional values that this country has embraced. And those are things like not engaging in rampant bigotry, not embracing conspiracy theories, not acting like someone who feels free and willing to insult veterans and to insult the handicapped. They were calling him back to a better sort of presidency. And I'm sorry, that if the change agenda is against that, bad agenda.
Keith, I got to quickly.
I disagree across the board.
Keith,
I
cut
images
Keith off.
we've seen.
Keith, go ahead. Get the last word. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jason.
Just one quick point. Just one quick point, Jason. You said that Donald Trump is speaking truth to power. I appreciate that, but now Donald Trump is power. And what I would like to see is for you and other Trump supporters to speak truth to him, to tell him when he does do something wrong that he needs to be called out on it. It's time for this attitude of letting Trump go by and do whatever he wants without any responsibility and accountability to end.
And you're so blinded by your hatred you can't see anything good that President Trump does.
You're so blinded by your adulation. Neither can you, Jason.
This is not Keith Boykin. This is George W. Bush saying this.
Producers, I'm going to go long. I guess you realize that. Jason, is there anything that this president would do that you wouldn't criticize? Would you come on here and reflexively support this president about anything? Because that seems to be the case. No one on this panel reflexively supported any of their candidates, and I've been here the entire time I was here at CNN for Bush, I was here for Obama, and now I'm here for Trump. And I've never seen any pundit come on television or pundits come on TV and reflexively support the person who is in office as often as I've seen you and Trump supporters. Why do you feel the need to do that? Because everything he does is not going to be correct, as we can see. Stevie Wonder can see that. He took a knee for it. Come on. Answer.
Don, in the first segment that you had us on, I clearly said that I think the White House should leave this alone. They shouldn't engage in any further of the back and forth.
But you didn't say that they were wrong. You didn't say that the president started it. You didn't say that Kelly lied. You didn't say that the president lied. You didn't speak the truth. You came on and you spun it in Donald Trump's favor, and then you did a shiny object and you talk about a rock star. You pointed to something else. You didn't say, look, I can't support the White House on this one. They were flat out wrong. And if Sarah Huckabee Sanders stands up there and says it, she should not have said it, and they're wrong. I'm sorry, I just can't do it on this one. Why?
I can disagree with them, and I did. I said they should leave this alone. But that doesn't mean they necessarily have to go and attack them. Don, I know you're not disagreeing with me on the point about the rock star. There's no way that you can think that.
No, but I didn't see. I don't
understand
why the need to bring it up to point to something else, because two wrongs don't make a right. That's all I'm saying. I got to go. I'm in trouble now, and I'm sure the advertisers are going to be mad if we don't get these breaks in. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Have a great weekend. When we come back, wasn't General Kelly supposed to be the grown-up in the room keeping President Trump in check? What happened? Nicholas Kristof is going to join me to discuss.